Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Conversations with Luciana. I hope you are doing well. As always, taking care of your mental and physical health, which is important because we need you. We need you. I need you. The world needs you. You have so much to offer. I want to encourage you. Be encouraged. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about something serious, right? All my conversations are kind of serious. Some, just make you think, make you laugh. Different perspectives, opinions, no advice. No advice. I don't want to be that person that will spread misinformation. You got to make your own judgment call. Do what's best for you. Sometimes you have to think about others. You can't be so self-centered. Can't be selfish. There are times where you need to be. If you like ice cream like I do, I don't want to share it. I don't care if you're my child. I don't want to share. But some things you want to be mindful of others. So this is going to be real quick. Because I know I'm going to get some, people that going to want to challenge me. Go ahead. State your case. Make a case. It's Conversation with Luciana. Everybody has a seat at the table. As long as you're respectful, we're good. We're good. New perspectives are always welcome. But I'm going to come in the defense of the anti-vaxxers. The people that don't want to get vaccinated. I'm not giving them a pass. But they do have a valid argument. They do have a valid argument. Now, that's no reason to get vaccinated, but they do have a valid point, especially when it comes to the mandate, okay? Or if they choose to file some type of exemption. Now, that doesn't exclude them from, being safe. You just can't be out there willy-nilly. You can't be freestyling. You can't do that. You got to be conscious of the people that you're surrounding yourself. Get to the point, Luciana. I'm getting there. It's a build-up. Now, with all these different variants coming out with COVID, I had COVID. Wasn't nice. I was sick for the entire 14 days. And I do have this thing that they don't talk about enough is long COVID. It's real. It's totally real. Long COVID is real. The ringing in the ears, have that. Still don't have my sense of smell. Yes, I do not have that. Taste, yeah, I kind of I could taste things, but I'm tasting off memory, I think. Not because I actually can taste it on my taste buds. Same with smell. I could smell stuff if I get up and close and personal. But I'm pretty sure I can smell fire or smoke or something like that. But, my senses are kind of off. Fatigue, yeah. I get tired, not because I'm fat. I shouldn't say that. I'm pleasantly plump. Yeah, I get tired easy. Sometimes I can lose my grip. Now, you guys might say, Luciana, there could be other things that are wrong with you. Yeah, but you know what? Didn't really have all these symptoms before I had COVID. But anyway, I digress into what the point of this podcast episode. You gotta admit, pro-vaccine people, that the anti-vaccine people kind of got a point. With all these different variants going on, you're making it mandating. It's not stopping the new ones or the old one from mutating into another one. Let's say that you might have an idea, but you might not. Coming out with all these rules and restrictions is not really stopping this virus from mutating. it's taking on a life form of its own. You gotta kind of admit that, I think if both sides sit at the table, they can agree that they have no clue what's ahead of us. But people are still wearing their mask. People can't go back to work, although people still work from home because of the new variant. We were worried about the Delta. Now we have to worry about this other one. It's just like, and the hospitalization is going up, and then the kid, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I just sit back and say, you got to make a personal choice. You don't get to spread misinformation. I'm telling you, my opinion, make your own personal choice. I'm going to wear my mask. I got vaccinated. I'm still on the fence with the booster only because I got the flu shot. It's funny how people will argue about that flu shot. They'll swear up and down that flu shot is I don't know what the flu shot does to people. It makes you sick. Okay. Anything that you put in your body, God made a fascinated vessel, the human body, because your body will react and fight against it. It does, it really does. And that's when you go into, I'm not a medical professional. I don't try to pretend to be one, but I kind of like, I have common sense, or, we all have the same, intellect and mindset. Didn't go to school for it. Okay. So, Luciana, get back. Okay, I'm back. But what I'm saying is that anytime you put something foreign into your body's going to react to it, negatively or positively. It's fighting against that. If you have a compromised immune system or something compromised, sometimes those good cells can't fight the bad thing that's entering your body. So it's a war. It's a war inside the body. I don't know. You got to talk to your medical professional about that. Your doctor. Don't listen to your cousin, friend, sister who's a nurse. Come on now. You go to the source. You read for yourself. But they got a kind of a little argument. You got to admit they do. They do have one. Now, if your business requires you to wear a mask, you should. Don't go in there without no mask and act like, oh, we're supposed to. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't act like you don't be, now I don't want to say stupid, but don't think you're fooling everybody. You just didn't want to wear one. You don't want to have one. But if it's a requirement for that business, who are you to say that they can't enforce that? Well, I just won't shop there. Well, that's very mature of you. Only because somebody tell you that you can't, but you have no problem. You have no problem going to the bank and you see in your bank account and you can say that you got the money to take the money out, but the money is being borrowed by different people. That's how they make the banking system work. Your money is there in face and you see it in real time. No, you see it, but doesn't necessarily mean it's there. Come on now. Read the back of that thing where it says it's federally insured. But anyway, circle back. I keep circling back because it's hilarious. I'm not saying that it's not serious. It is very serious. And you should adhere to the rules that have been put in place by certain businesses. The mandate, that's a little bit to me of an overreach, only because we don't know what's coming next. We don't know what's coming next. And you can't say it's from the unvaccinated. You can say it, doesn't mean it's necessarily true. But people believe if someone said it, then it must be true without doing the research. You're being spoon-fed nonsense and BS, but you eat it, you digest it because it agrees with your thinking, your views. I'm saying you gotta kind of look at them and say, hey, you know what? I kind of see where you're going with this. It doesn't change what I'm doing, and I'm not here to argue with anyone. People want to be right. You got to do what's right for you, right? Right? You can't argue for someone else what they should do if they don't want to do it. It doesn't work like that. We listen to the scientists, we listen to the doctors, we listen to the medical professionals, but they're not God. They're not God. They're not even playing God. They're just telling you what they know, what they study, what they have come to be. That doesn't mean it's best for you. But if the majority is telling you to do this, there's something to it. Or is it? You just got to start questioning things, questioning things. I'm just saying they got an argument. They got an argument. I'm not pro, I'm not anti. I'm just doing what's best for me and contributing what I can to society. I'm not here to get into an argument with people. When people walk into, there was a lady the other day that walked in to the building, and what she said was, we all have to get our temperature checked, and we all have to wear the mask. And what came out of her mouth was just stupid. I'm just going to say it was stupid. She said she doesn't have to take her temperature or wear the mask because she work in the back in the office. What? Now, everybody from the top to the bottom half. I don't like to call people the bottom because they're not the bottom. They're just the bottom half. You have the people at the top and you have people at the bottom. I'm respect of all persons. Okay, but they're wearing one. So why do you feel that you don't have to wear one or you don't have to take your temperature? And she's arguing with the receptionist about why she doesn't have to do it. Well, to me, this is above that receptionist. It's not her job to enforce the rules. From the top, got to come and say, everybody has to wear one. You have to wear one. You're no exception. You're no exception. If you don't want to follow the rules, then you can be shown the door. You have people. I was in a beauty supply a couple of months ago, and they have this sign, you have to wear a mask. And guy came in, put a shirt over his mouth and walking around the store. And I'm like, really? Is that what you're doing? Are you that much of an asshole that you just don't want to do it? What is the problem? So I hit you with this. I tell people all the time, you don't want to wear one, I can't force you to wear one. I don't want you to bring up the Constitution because COVID wasn't written in the Constitution. I know you guys are going to say, well, your freedom. Okay, there's a lot of people freedoms. If you want to take that, there's a lot of people freedoms that they don't have. You're not able to jog down a street without being accosted by people or killed. You don't have that freedom. You should, but you don't. You don't have the freedom of not being judged by the color of your skin, quoting Dr. Martin Luther King. You don't have that. So let's not talk about personal freedoms. And it's not just people of color, it's people of all nationalities. You don't have certain freedoms. You don't have certain liberties. So don't take the part that fits your narrative and say, well, this is the way I see it, this is the way it is. I mean, come on now. Let's be real, okay? Let's be real. Tell them I don't have one. I don't have a mask to give you. I don't. I'm like, I'm wearing mine. I really don't want to hear you. And they will sit there and they will try to justify themselves not having one. And I'm like, okay, so are you done? Move on. Because I'm protected. That's you out there. I feel like I'm protected. When people can say, well, how do you feel like you're protected? A mask don't protect you. Okay, you can get into the not the semantics. You can get into the little cracks, crevices of it, the details. But you will say that you breathe air, right? You don't see air, but you breathe it. You know it's there. You can feel it. You can't touch it, but it's there. So how do you know what's out in the elements? I'm protecting myself from what's out in the elements, right? I'm doing what's best for me, my person. I'm not concerned about what you're doing. It's not my job. It's not my concern. You would have to deal with it. If you get sick, if you don't get sick, that's fine. But they do have the anti-vaccine people. They do got kind of a little argument. Now, if you're going to spread misinformation, no, that's not cool. You can't be one-sided and blinded. And that's what people are. When you turn on the news, certain news stations, they want you to believe that they're opposed it, but they really got theirs because they're scared as shit. They are. They trying to act like they're right. Just stop. You're feeding the beast of misinformation. So you're part of the problem. So the blood is on your hands. You are responsible if you're spreading misinformation, especially if you're telling people not to do something when you actually have done it. That's to me, you're a hypocrite, and that needs to be called out. I just tell people straight up, which I'll tell you, I have no problem if you want to argue me. Why are you arguing with something that's a personal choice? Well, who is they? And do they get a paycheck? Who are they? I can't stand when people try to blame somebody else because you don't want to own up to what the lies, the nonsense, the craziness that you spreading. Come on now. I was trying to say another word, but my tongue got tired and I couldn't say the word. But come on now. You got to admit. They do got a point. Whether you want to say it's valid or not, they do got a point. Just like the people who are pro-vaccine, people who got their shot. Yeah, you're not better. You're not superior because you got the shot. You're not even, on another level because you got the booster. Because guess what? There's something else coming. So, I do know, but it's my opinion. That's all it is. Conversation with the Luciana is just about conversation. It's my perspective, it's my opinion. That's it. I'm not telling you to do nothing. Let your conscience be your guide. But what you don't get to do is you don't get to blame other people for the choices that you made. You can't do it. Can't have it both ways. You can't go to the bank and get money if you have no money there. Oh, I see it. It says pending. That means that money has not been deposited into your bank account. You can't get mad because the teller can't release that money because it's pending. You have to wait. I'm saying let's wait and see. Be careful. Be mindful. Be aware. But don't start pointing fingers. Don't start thinking that you're better than. Don't think that you have the right you have the COVID police badge and you can go around telling people what they can and can't do. You got to be mindful of the businesses. You have to, of companies, of people personal choice. They don't want, they don't want that. They really don't want that. I did not want COVID. It was not something that I wanted to get, but I got it. And it was a fight to get through it. No, I was not incubated. Thank God my case did not turn out to be one of the tragic stories. But you can't say it's not real. You can't say it don't exist when all them people died from it. It's kind of stupid, right? I use that word a lot, stupid, but stupid thinking. I'm not calling y'all stupid, but I'm like, come on now. Are those people in a ship waiting to come back and say, oh, it was just a hoax, it was just a joke? I mean, that's kind of naive of us to think, But yeah, it was, and it was not an experience that I would wish on anyone. Whether you're my enemy or my friend, I wouldn't want that. I would not want that. But it's my experience. So I know from dealing with it, not something that someone told me, but I'm dealing with it, that it's like, it's something I don't want. I don't like the ringing in the ear. I don't like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I do have the ringing in my ear. But we're not talking about long COVID. We're talking about the different variants. I guarantee in my lifetime, we're going to have at least 1,000 more variants of this thing. You know, we are. So we have to get a handle of our thinking. And we have to be mindful of other people, considerate. You know, we can't, or we can shut down again. Nobody liked it. I don't think it was beneficial to anybody. But if you're starting like a podcast, I'm joking. It kind of worked because people were at home. They weren't where did they have to go, you know. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There are people that are thinking outside the box. There are people thinking like, do these things, we won't have an issue. Or it won't make a mountain out of a molehill. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining the conversation with the Luciana. And don't think that I'm being flippant because I'm laughing and I'm smiling. I'm just like, I know I'm going to get some, not hate mail, but I'm going to get some people that, you know, kind of like going to come for me. But come for me. But come with facts. Don't come with your feelings. You know, you can be passionate about it, but come with some facts. You know, that's all I'm saying. Come with the facts. Bring the facts to the table. F your feelings. Bring the facts. Bring your passion. Don't bring your bull. I'm trying not to cuss. Don't bring the bull, the nonsense. Don't tell me what somebody else said. Tell me what you said. Because somebody's not at the table. You are. All right. Thanks for joining Conversations with E. Luciana. I want to thank you for listening to another episode of my podcast, Conversation with E. Luciana. I look forward to speaking with you again. Until then, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Live each day as the best day, because the best is yet to come. Peace, and I'm out.